like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music.
Hello. I'm all tongue-tied. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and it's currently 2:22 in the morning. Mama is tired. Just got some crazy news, and yep, even at 2:22 in the morning. And it's hot in my damn apartment because it's like, what's the damn degrees right now? It's like 40 degrees right now, which is weird because it's January and it's Michigan, but is it really? It's 48 degrees right now. So, like, in my apartment, my house, it radiates heat. So, like, usually I don't have to even cut my heat on in the winter because it just stays warm, so I'm good. I don't even have my heat on, and it's hot. Not like unbearably hot, like, I'm not suffering, nothing like that. But, you know what I'm saying? It's a little nappy. Anywho, I ain't gonna do nothing. Hope everyone had a good Wednesday. Gonna have a good Thursday. As I said, and my other two reviews. This is my last review for the day. I'm gonna do 911 tomorrow when I also do Growing Up Hip Hop because I ain't gonna be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It is what it is. This particular episode of Little Women Atlanta, I felt like it was three issues. It was the whole nail salon with Amanda, Tanya having her baby, and Minnie, and her weight loss surgery contemplation, stuff like that. So the episode does start off right where it left off last time, where Sam got a phone call from Vaughn saying that Tanya was in labor. Now, he made it seem as if, oh my God, something's going wrong. We have to rush to the hospital. But no, she was in labor and she just had to go to the damn hospital because she was having a baby. She couldn't have a home birth. I think we all knew she couldn't have a home birth. I really think that her wanting to have that home water birth was a fairy tale, but it is because, come on now, girl, bye. So we found out that she did have the baby, and she's fine. The baby's fine. The baby's healthy. She's healthy, and everything good. So Sam was like, oh, okay, good. You scared me for a moment. All for the camera, so it is what it is. We then see how the twins, Amanda and Andrea, and also Money goes like a nail tech learning workshop, and I'm like, okay. So Amanda saying since Andrea's pregnant, she needs to find something for her to do. And I'm looking like, out of all the things that you want to do, you want to be a nail tech? Like, a nail tech isn't even a regular check. Like, if you're a nail tech, you get paid based on having clients. Like, you don't get no regular ass check. Girl, bye. Okay. So, they there, whatever, and they trying it out. And she's just saying, I think this might be different. It could be like a job I could do. I can really go far with it. This is Amanda talking, of course. And then the lady who owns it, who was doing the workshop, was like, you got it. You're doing really good. I see potential in you. I'm like, what is she doing, painting a nail? I do my own manicures. It took me a good 6-7 months just to be able to properly paint my nails, because it's really an art to it to make it look nice and smooth and professional. I haven't done my nails in a while because I just be too busy. But yeah, I have a whole little nail set and everything. And to do to paint nails, that part is not that bad. But to do that whole shellac, to do acrylic, to do designs, you can't get all that in a day. When she said you got it, I say she must mean that she can paint nails properly and she don't, get no polish on the cuticles. Because what can you learn in one workshop? I was like, it is what it is. So from there, we then see Money and Juicy going to get vaccinated. I'm looking like, why is they going to get vaccinated? They're growing adults. What's going on? Well, supposedly, Tanya doesn't want anyone around the baby, and she doesn't want germs. She's like a germaphobe. So Money and Juicy decide we're going to go get vaccinated because I guess they never have. So they will be okay to be around the new baby. And I thought to myself, well, that don't make no motherfucking sense. Simply because Tanya has 2 of the kids that they always around. Well, not always, but they around on a regular basis. And they're not vaccinated. So I'm like, if they can be around the first two kids without vaccination shots, why can't they be around the third baby? I mean, the baby's immune system, because all her kids are babies. All her kids are little. Like, they're not toddler. They're not even toddlers. So I was like, that's weird, but it is what it is. So we see that Money is scared of needles. I'm also scared of needles, even though I have 3 tattoos. Well, I have 4. I had to get 1 cover up. And so, and I don't like getting shots either. Like, when I was younger, when they would like draw blood or get shots, like my mom had to like hold me down, like hold my hand. Even now, I go and get like my blood drawn and stuff like that. I be like, use a butterfly needle, like use the smallest needle that you have. Like, don't you get no big ass needle come up in my veins. I ain't trying to go through all that. And so, yeah. But yeah, so she's scared of needles and everything. So she's just weary. So Juicy go in first. And the nurse is like, do you need a stool to get up there? And I thought to myself, I know she asked that because you don't want to assume they need a stool. But I'm like, common sense with me would be like, she need a stool. Just put it by there and let her outside. She need a stool. But I get she was asking to be nice. So it was what it was. So, Juicy get her shot first. Then Money come in and she get her shot. Then Money was all like, oh my God. Let me. It was quick over and it was done with. So I'm like, okay, girl, it is what it is. But Money being scared did make me giggle a little bit. From there, we see Minnie. She's at home, and her mom is walking her house. Now my thing is, I don't think anyone should just walk in someone's house unless you have a key. If I have a key to your house, and like my mom's house, my parents' house, me and my siblings, we have keys, so we just kind of go over whenever. Because we just do. I don't really like. Sometimes I will purposely call my mom and be like, "Oh, what you doing?" She's like, "Oh, nothing doing, whatever." And now I'll be on my way to her house and I won't tell her. And then I'll just pull up in the driveway and walk in the house. She was like, "I was just talking to you. You didn't tell me." I was like, "I know, I just popped up." So, but yeah, her mama walked in like just on GP, and it was funny because she's like, "I don't need to try to lock on my door." Oh, you think? I mean, if you don't have your door locked, you can't get mad at somebody that's walking in. She could have knocked. But, I guess it is what it is. But she, so she over there or whatever. So, Minnie brings up how she's kind of unhappy with how she did in the race. She's mad that she didn't finish. She's mad. She's just unhappy that she's, trying this whole healthy thing, working out, training, and eating healthy and everything because she doesn't feel like she's losing weight fast enough. So she says that she is thinking about having weight loss surgery. And mom was like, what? Like, why? Like, why don't you just try to exercise a little bit? And she's like, no, I've been trying it. I've done the research. I want to have a bomb body. So, I'm going to go and look at maybe having weight loss surgery. Now, I didn't know if she meant gastric bypass surgery, the sleeve surgery, all that stuff. Because her mother is completely against the idea, just saying like, hey, you haven't even been working out that long to be like it ain't working. Like, you just started working out, so it do take time. My control almost failed. Trust me when I say it does take time. You know what I'm saying? Even though when you are plus size, whether you're a little plus size person or a short plus size person or a tall short plus size person, it is a struggle to want to start to do it, because in the beginning you don't see results in pounds. Your clothes just fit. Like, my clothes fit me differently now, so I'm looking like, okay, these pants that I used to be fitting don't fit, and it's pissing me off. But it's not pissing me off because, what I'm saying, getting it together. But anyway, so I get her saying like, sometime in the beginning you don't see results, but I still don't think that's a reason to go get the weight loss surgery. But it is what it is. So from there, we see Tanya. She's happy to be home with her baby. And I'm like, oh, she got 3 kids and everything like that. So, Vaughn is there and talking like, how you feeling? She's like, well, I'm happy to be home. And then he's like, what did Nico say? And she's like, well, I talked to him. And, no, he said, was you surprised he came to the hospital? And she was like, not really. I know he would come down there. I told him, too, that I'm going to need help with the kids because, me healing, I can't really, wrangle 2 toddlers running around the house. And my first thought when she said that was, you didn't think about that before you got pregnant? We're not gonna talk about that though. And she's like, I just told him I'm gonna need help in the beginning. And she's like, he said that he will be around to help. And I feel like Tanya put herself in a situation that she is not equipped to handle. I always feel like people should not have kids. How do I say this properly without offending anybody? I'm not saying that if a man gets a woman pregnant, that he don't have to be around, and that a woman should expect a man to be around at all times. What I mean is, if you already have two kids and you know it's a struggle with the two kids, you dumb to have a third kid when you know you can't do it on your own. Because at the end of the day, we always know sometimes one parent just be like, I don't want to be around, and they don't be around. Hence, why Vaughn isn't around as much. So I'm like, to have another baby and then to have another baby by him, it's just stupid. Girl is stupid. So I feel like she put herself in this predicament. You got pregnant by a man who wasn't around much in the beginning any damn way. So you can't be surprised if he's still not helpful, because he wasn't helpful before. So I felt like people should be aware, like, you don't go and rent an apartment if the only way you can afford it is if your boyfriend live there. Like, I'm not gonna get an apartment that I can afford on my own money, because if push come to shove and somebody else leave, I have to still take care of this apartment. So my thing is, if both of the men leave you, you then still have to take care of them three kids. If you can't do it, can't keep having babies. And I know that's a sad thing, but it's like an honest truth. If she was able to do it and she want to have 18,000 kids, that's on her. But clearly, like, physically, she can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, physically, after having a C-section, she can't physically take care of the new baby, try to help the other. She can't do it physically. So I'm like, you should thought about that. But it is what it is. So I got all off the subject. But he then asked her, like, okay, well, when the girls gonna come see the baby? And then she says, well, I invited Sam and Abira over because I've known them the longest, but I'm gonna wait for the other ladies. And he's like, oh, really? She then went down to like a whole little laundry list of why she can't have them people over there. And, she says how, money is just, she overreacted and stuff, so I don't want her over here yet. She says how juicy the says the comments that I don't want her over here yet. She then say even though her and Monty have squashed their issues, she still feel like they not even really friends, so she didn't want her over there yet. And then say the twins are just guilty by association. And this is how I feel about that. I feel like, one, I get it if you and Money not friends. Okay, cool. I get it if Juicy and her say comments. Okay, I get it. But Money was gonna be your birthing coach, like your birthing assistant, helper, whatever the term is. I can't think of what it is. And she was helping you through your whole pregnancy. So my thing is, why would you not have her over? That's dumb. I get if you don't want to have all of them over at one time. I get that. I think when people have babies, you shouldn't invite everyone over at the same time. I think they should come in little bitty spurts. Like, you'll have maybe one person over. Like, she should have had Money come over. Boom, money there. She then should have had Minnie come with Sam. Bam, that's another visit. She then could have had the twins come over. I think she just should not have had Juicy. I think Juicy should have met the baby at a later point because Juicy is extra as hell. But I'm like, she put it as if they have to come in a group, and if it's a group, they're going to all be fussing, fighting, and arguing, which we know ain't true. Well, even though it's true, it's not true at the same time, because they was all able to coexist at Aubrey's the baby birthday party. I think when they need to be normal, they can be normal. But when it's just adults around, it be whatever. So I'm like, okay, but I still think her not having Money over, like the fact that you didn't have Money, Sam, and Abira come over, I think that was some bullshit. That's just my personal opinion. So we then see Minnie go to her consultation for surgery, and she brings Sam with her. Now Sam was like, girl, I don't think you should be doing it. You know about the damn it, why can't I think of the word? Because it's 2:30 in the morning. The risk factors of what could happen. And she's like, yeah, I looked it all up, but I can go ahead and I can ask them that, but I want to do it. So they do go in there, and the doctors ask, like, what have you been doing to lose weight? And she said, well, I've been eating right, I got a trainer, I've been working out, but it's only been a couple months. I mean, maybe it's been 6 months. I don't think it's been a year. I don't know how long it's been. I'm not going to say how long it's been. I'm not going to do that lady in her weight loss journey. But I do think, because she's trying to get lipo. Like, I thought that she was going to think about gastric bypass surgery. And when she went in for lipo, I'm like, No, I just didn't. I didn't think lipo was a good thing. I'm gonna be honest. Simply because, as the doctor told her, you're not gonna lose a lot of weight from having lipo. You might lose maybe 10 pounds. And he was like, but the thing about it is, when we suck, the fat out or whatever, you're gonna then need a tummy tuck because your skin gonna be loose. And I watched a lot of Dr. Miami, and I watched a lot of doctor shows that do, surgeries or whatever. Typically, when someone comes in for like lipo or even a tummy tuck, if they haven't already lost weight, they don't do the surgery. They was like, because you haven't lost weight for it to be warranted or whatever. And I feel like Minnie is trying to go for a quick fix because she's frustrated, and I completely get it. But I feel like everyone has that thought when they start losing weight. They're like me. I can, for example, when I first started working out last year to lose some weight or whatever, and I was like, this shit is for the birds. It's getting on my nerve. I'm going to look into the surgery stuff. Now, I did look into it, but I was like, it ain't for me. Simply because them surgeries, like, so much comes with it that you have no idea the risk that you can go. And it's a complete lifestyle change. And even though you have the surgery, there are still so many life-altering things that you have to entail after it. I feel like it ain't worth it, because for me, that ain't my last resort. I can just keep working out and keep losing weight slowly but surely. Because, like, I have one friend who, this person lost weight over like a year or two, and they've been doing it that way. I have another friend who had the surgery, and they both have different ways that they handle things now, and I've seen it both ways. So I'm like, I think I'm happy I've seen it both ways, because I'm looking like the surgery way isn't what I want to do, point blank and period. I think for Minnie, she's at that point where she's frustrated, and she's like, you know what, I want to have surgery. I'm just going to do that. And I think every plus size person has that thought process. And it's okay to explore it as long as you realize whether it's for you or not. Because it's not for everyone. It's not easy, trust me. Because my one friend who had it, the person had complications and stuff after the surgery. Even though it was like a regular surgery and everything was fine, but then it was a little complication. So I'm like, people don't get it's not as easy as they make it seem. You know what I'm saying? You see all this stuff like, oh yeah, so-and-so had a surgery, and look how great they look, but you don't know what they had to go through to look that great. Think about it. So from there, he's telling her like a couple of the health risks that can be with having lipo and having the tummy tuck. And, he shows her, like, he marks up her body, where the lipo would be or whatever. It was basically her whole stomach. And her stomach and her sides and her flanks and stuff like that. And, but he told her, like, again, if you have it, you're going to need to have a tummy tuck. And, it's the recovery time for that. And again, it's you're not going to lose a lot of weight from it. Which, it is what it is. So she done having a little consultation, and Sam's like, so do you think, do you not want to do it now? She's like, no, I want to do it. And she was like, girl, you was crazy. I think it's crazy for her to get to, me personally. So we then see Amanda go back to the nail shop, because Poochie, that's the girl name of this nail shop. Her name was Poochie. Is it Poochie? Yeah, Poochie, said she got a job for her. So Amanda come in, and Amanda's assuming she's going to come in, she's going to have her whole little station. She's going to be a little nail tech. Honey, no. Poochie's like, this is Amanda. She's going to be our apprentice. And she's like, wait, apprentice? Like, I thought I was going to be a nail tech. She was like, no, you have to work up to be a nail tech. Again, because you can't just start doing nails. And I think legally you have to, like, get a license to do nails at a salon, if I'm not mistaken. So she's basically sweeping the floor, answering the phones, doing things that an apprentice does. You're doing whatever needs to be done, and then they also show you what to do when they're able to. And she felt like maybe she's taking advantage of me because I'm a little person. So she's like, can I talk to you outside real quick? Amanda has the thing bad where she thinks people fucking with her, and they really don't be fucking with her. So, they go outside, and then she's like, I just want to be sure that I don't want to be taken advantage of, because I'm a little person, and, I came here for one thing, and I'm doing something different, and, I don't want you to, just kind of use me as a little person in your shop or whatnot. And then Poochie's like, look, I don't even be thinking about your height. She was like, you have to just work your way up from it. She's like, because you're not a nail tech. You have to learn the craft. And she's like, and this is how you earn your stripes. And that's true. The same way if you do... she's like, I'm just so used to twerking. That's what me all. She said all of the people, not all. She said some of the people all we do is twerk, but you don't have to. And you can't think because you know how to paint a nail that you can be a nail tech. Like, you lucky to even be able to get a position in a nail shop. Usually you can't do that unless you are a professional nail tech. So, I mean, girl, be happy with it. So she's happy that she figures out what she realizes Poochie ain't trying to play her or whatever. So then when she go back in, Poochie do show her how to file nails. Like, again, it's an apprenticeship. You have to take your time and learn. It is what it is. I don't remember all this stuff happening. I'm like, why I got so many damn notes? There's a little scene, well, not a little scene. We see Abria and Sam do go see Tanya and the baby. And the little baby was a little pretty little girl and everything. And found out that she did have to have a C-section, and she was saying how horrible it felt this time. She said that she was in labor for 3 days, and it was just so bad. It was just, it was crazy and everything. She also says how she felt like she was going through a bit of postpartum, because she's been crying a lot, and she said even she feels lonely a lot, even when she's in a room full of people. And she sometimes felt like people don't understand what she's going through. And we know having a baby, some people do get postpartum. Abira said even when she had, I think, her last kid, she said, I dealt with postpartum too, so I can totally get it. And that was their whole visit. What else happened? We see it. Andrea go visit Amanda, and Amanda telling her how her first that the shot went. Now, first of all, Andrea came over and Amanda was painting her man nails. I thought it was funny, but I also think that's what you do when your person is learning to do stuff. You're their guinea pig. So if your girlfriend is being a hairdresser, you're gonna have some weird ass hairstyles. If your girlfriend is doing, or boyfriend is trying to be a clothing designer, you have to wear this clothes. So because your girl is trying to become a nail tech, she's gonna want to do your nails. So she just says how she felt like I was being played, like she was trying to use me as a little person. It's like a little gimmick, but she didn't, and I liked it. And she just brings up, she's like, you're living your life for you. You're living your own life, and I realized that I have to do the same, and I have to find something for me. And of course, they were both crying, and I feel like they should have been did this. I feel like when you're twins, for some twins who are very close, they do stuff a lot together, but at the same time, eventually they have to do stuff separately. So I think Amanda's finally realizing my sister is having her third baby, and I can't keep waiting for her, so I have to do something. Girl, just do it. Go ahead and do it. It's fine. We then see Sam, and she invites Minnie over. So Minnie come over, they sitting around and talking for a little minute, and then she was like, why you acting so weird? And then someone knocks on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Who at the door? It's Minnie mama. And she's like, Mom, what the hell you doing here? And her mom sat down, she's like, why? I feel like this is an intervention. And she's like, no, it's not an intervention. We just want to talk to you about your surgery stuff. They then start telling her how she basically shouldn't do it, how her mom's like, why do you want to have this procedure? You should just exercise. And Minnie is saying, as a little person, it's very hard to exercise. And she's just saying how, because her mom was saying, you can just do this, you can do this, you can do that. And she's like, Mom, you don't get it because you're not a little person. I think at times, people who are not built like, made like, look like other people feel like I can give you my opinion on what you should do, but you don't know what this person is going through. Like for me, I think a skinny person who's always been skinny can't tell me how I'm supposed to lose weight. You ain't never been big. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's dumb. That's like a person who's never had a baby can't tell a pregnant person how to handle birth unless you're a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Because you've never experienced that, so you don't know how it feels to have a whole human in your body. So I think many felt like, Mom, even though you might be a plus size person, you aren't a plus size little person, so you don't have the same difficulties that I have. And I do feel like the mom and Sam weren't listening to Minnie. I feel like they brought Minnie there to tell her stuff, to talk to her, and they wasn't trying to hear her. Even though, again, I don't feel like Minnie should be thinking about having a procedure. I do feel like they should still hear her out for the reason that she's doing it, and versus trying to tell her what they think she should do. Because my thing is, y'all not living her life and she can't live life for y'all. She has to make her own decisions, good, bad, or indifferent. And she just kept like, y'all don't get it, y'all don't get, she was saying how she felt attacked. She felt attacked, she felt ambushed, and just saying how, y'all don't get how hard it is for me every day. Living life as a plus size little person is so difficult for me. Y'all don't get how I walk in the room and I feel like people looking at me, calling me fat. Oh, she's fat. Oh, she's fat. Just how people stare at me. And people do that. They do that, but they do that whether you're a little person or not. They're going to look regardless. So I think many self-esteem is just not as high as it used to be. And that's also a reason why I feel like she may be worried about what other people think so much about how she look. Like, it's one thing if you want to lose weight, absolutely do that, but you can't lose weight based on people look at me and think I'm fat. Girl, fuck them. You need to get healthy for yourself. It can't be based on anyone else. And I just think she needs to kind of get her confidence back up and just not be so concerned with everyone else's opinion of her and just be more concerned about her wanting to be healthy for herself. And that's kind of the key for it. And then she was talking to Sam. She's like, I trusted you. I came to you as a friend, and confidence. I told you what I was trying to do, and you went behind my back and you bring mommy in. I get what she meant too. Like, her thing was, this wasn't for you to take to my mama. It wasn't. It was something that I talked to you about. So if you wanted to talk to me about it, you could have just talked to me. You didn't have to bring my mom in. I completely get it. Minnie crying and saying, y'all just don't get it. Y'all just don't. And she's so. If I felt bad because I can relate to that in certain ways, where I have great confidence, even though I know I'm in the process of losing weight. It has nothing to do with how I feel about myself. I still love myself, whether I'm this size, smaller size. I'm not gonna get no bigger, but you know what I'm saying? I still love me for who I am. I think on some levels, Minnie doesn't right now, and that's why she's so emotional. And she has every right to feel that way. So, she gets mad, she's crying, and she leaves out. So it is what it is. They're all meeting for dinner. They're supposed to be meeting for dinner to meet Tanya's baby. I'm thinking to myself, Tanya ain't bringing that baby to no restaurant out in public. It's a new baby. Now, if they were at someone's house, like if they were at whoever's house and they was waiting for her to come over to bring the baby, that I would have got. But I'm like, they at a restaurant outside, she ain't bringing the baby there at all. So they need to get that out their head. We then see Minnie telling Amanda why she's mad at Sam, because Amanda like, why didn't you speak to Sam? She's like, girl, I told her about this procedure I want to have done, and she went and told my mama. And Amanda was like, she told your mother? And she's like, yeah. She's like, so I'm still pissed about it. And Amanda like, well, maybe she did it because she cares about you. She's like, girl, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm pissed because she called my mama, and right now I ain't talking to her. And then Sam can see Minnie and Amanda talking and kind of looking her way, so she know they're talking about her. And she's like, you know what? I don't know why she's still making such a big deal about this. She's mad because she feels like you betrayed her trust, because you took what she told you in confidence and told her damn mama. I get why she's mad at you. I mean, I think she would get over it, but I think you need to understand why she's pissed off at you. Then Sam let the bean spill that she's already seen a baby. And they like, what? Did you get a vaccine shot? She was like, no. And they like, what? So I'm like, see, Minnie and not Minnie, Juicy and Moni asked and went got them damn shots, and they ain't even need to. So they like, well, was it just you that saw the baby? She's like, no, me and the beard both saw the baby. She said that she kind of didn't want you guys around because she only wants good energy around the baby right now. Sometimes you guys are a bit much. Again, I said that she could have had them over there in groups, in separate groups. I get how she wouldn't want Juicy. Again, I said I get that. And even how she probably maybe didn't want the twins to come over. But I'm like, again, I felt like Money should have been able to see the child. So I think Money being upset made sense. And Money is pissed. And rightfully so, because as she said, I was there helping her through her pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? Why can't I see the baby? I completely agree. Juicy like, what, I want to see the baby because I want what the baby looking like. Juicy already being petty and messy. And because she's like, it could either be Nico's or Vine baby. I mean, look, why that's possibly true, simply because she was messing with them both, in one way or the other. And I just, it is what it is. So we then see Tanya and she come in without the baby. I'm not surprised. And Money like, I got some questions for you. So Minnie face looked disgusted. It looked so disgusted. It looked like she just don't like Tanya. And I'm like, that's why Tanya didn't want her ass to be the baby. And, she's like, where's the baby? So Tanya like, she's still a baby. I didn't want to bring her out this early. She's like, a matter of fact, I'm not even staying that long. I'm only going to be here for like an hour because I want to get back home. Minnie then cracked a joke, a shady ass joke, saying, you know what, the baby's so young and you already trying to get away from it. I'm like, bitch, y'all invited her out to dinner. Girl, bye. So, you know, Juicy then says, well, when we gonna see her? And she said, y'all can come up to the house to see her when y'all want to or whatever. And so Juicy, not Juicy, went like, oh, is that an invite? Because again, she don't know that they know that Sam saw the baby and what she said. So she's like, yeah, you guys can't just like pop up like out the blue. She's like, just call me first, but you guys can come to the house to see her or whatever. And Money, who said something first? It becomes a full mess. It comes from Money, or I think someone said, well, Sam said that she saw the baby, and why was she up to see the baby, and we wasn't, and she said that you said that we was bad energy and all this stuff. So you're all kind of talking or whatever, and then Money said, like, I'm not bad energy, I don't say nothing crazy. And she said, no, Money, you just sometimes, you just be emotional, you kind of go overboard or whatever. She's like, and Juicy be the one who be talking crazy. And she's like, so, I just didn't want that energy around my baby. Okay. And we know it was what it was. And Tanya's like, you know what? Because as they all kind of talking and fussing a little bit, Tanya like, this is exactly why I didn't want y'all around my baby, because it's always acting in some bullshit. So again, have them over separate groups. So Juicy then say, well, you got a picture of the baby? Can we at least see a picture of the baby? So she pulls out a picture. And then Sam then says, who do you think the baby looks like? And then Juicy says, the baby is a sprinkle. It looked like both. It looked like both kids. It looks like Vaughn, and it looked like Nico. That's a sprinkle baby. I'm like, a sprinkle baby? What the fuck is a sprinkle baby? So she's saying, Jesus, I wrote Jesus. Telling like, my kids look like me, again, that's why I did not want to around my kids that look like me, and that's what it is. I don't think that's true. I think kids look like themselves and they favor their parents. But, some kids do look like, because my nephew looks like me, and I'm his auntie, so it is what it is. So then Juicy then said, well, Nico was over there first. He got on her nerves. She kicked him out, and then the very next day, Vine was over there. So, what I'm saying? That's a sprinkle baby. The fuck? Who says that? Juicy is messy as fuck. I don't care what anyone says. That was a messy ass comment to make. While it's possibly true, not about baby being a sprinkle baby, but about the fact that she was messing with one, made him leave, and then had the other one come over. I get how he's saying, and if you think about it, sometimes that is how it be with kids. The mom will be messing with different people, being free spirited, doing whatever she want to do, and if you sleep with two people, you can't be sure the daddy is. That's Mother Nature, okay? That's just natural stuff or whatever. So of course Tanya's pissed, and she's like, my daughter looks like me now. I don't care, the baby on a sprinkle baby. I'm leaving, and then she leaves, and the episode goes off. I mean, unless what if Vaughn asked for a DNA test and it ain't his baby? Wouldn't that be some shocking shit? Oh, that would be amazing. Oh my god. Anywho, it's 3 a.m. That was how the episode went off. That is my review of the Real Housewives Orgies, the Little Women of Atlanta. Little Women of Atlanta. And I will see you guys tomorrow because Mama's going to bed. Peace.